Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Carlos D. I'm here with Carlos M.
What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome to the Business Trap. Today we're talking about leadership skills and what you need to be a great leader. A couple episodes ago, we talked about leadership character. I urge you guys to go and watch that video.
Great stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. This is about building that leadership character, becoming a great leader. Today we're talking about what leaders do, and that is the top of the iceberg. And you could reference Mark Miller for this information, and we thank Mark Miller for his wisdom about leadership, leadership character, and leadership skills.
It's a very transforming book. So he has a couple books that he wrote. So please go check out The Heart of Leadership as a first, and then just continue to study his work. It's awesome.
All right, guys, let's talk about SERF. The SERF model, which details what leaders do, is another book by Mark Miller. It's called The Secret to Great Leaders, something like that. And it's Leaders Serve.
All right, awesome. Yeah. So why is it so important to become a leader, and why leadership is needed? Well, I personally believe that whenever you want to impact the world, the best way to do it is through leadership. And the better you become as a leader, the more people you're able to influence and help, then the bigger the impact that you cause in the world. And we all want a better world.
That's right, guys. We start in whatever position you start as a leader, but it's a very small and humble position. Maybe you start with 1 people, 2 people, 3 people, being a shift leader, being a store manager, or maybe you go ahead and start your own business without any experience, which is a tough. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. But definitely leadership, you see that leadership is needed in any place that you want to excel.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but not only that, but also there's an opportunity. People think that in order to lead, in order to be a leader, they need a title. And what comes first, right? The chicken or the egg? Like, you're not going to be recommended for a leadership position unless they see that you have leadership skills, leadership character. So that's the number one thing. Start practicing your leadership before you even have a title, if you have the opportunity. And if you do have the opportunity to have a title already, and then we have the skills that we're going to go over now, which are too important to pass on.
That's right. I think that's the number one trap that we're going to mention today is that, people wait until they have the leadership position, which sometimes never comes.
Never happens.
In order for them to start maybe learning about leadership, maybe showing that they have leadership.
So how do you select the leader? Just for a reference, because you have, I think, about 20 leaders under you. What do you look for in a leader before you tell them, hey, let's talk about giving you the opportunity to lead the team?
That's a great question. So in Tropical Juice WRLD, we have over 20 leaders that lead the company right now, whether it be beginning or people that are seasoned already, that have experience. And we start by looking at how they work, what they do. And you could see the leadership character when somebody starts talking to somebody that works with them, when they respond to certain questions, maybe even when they come into an interview, how they greet whoever is interviewing them or the other staff members, how they greet customers when they come in. Leadership character, to me, that I already have the experience, is something that you could see from far away.
Awesome. So let's talk about SERV, right? What's the SERV is actually an acronym for 5 different skills that you need as a leader to become a better leader, to master the skills of leadership. So S, what does the S stand for?
Yeah, and what's funny about this is that it's an acronym, but it also stands for what leaders do.
Right.
Because leaders, the main job of a leader is to serve.
Yes.
Right. So the S stands for see and shape the future. And it's about having a vision for your team, having a vision for yourself and for your company, and putting those visions into word so that everybody understands. And that's actually, you can see how you could be a leader by doing that, because people are going to follow your vision.
Correct. And for me, that's one of the most important things, right? You have to have a vision where you want to take your organization, where you want to take your team, right? And you have to be able to, once you have that vision, now you set out plans, you set out little benchmarks that you have to hit. So that's one of the skills that will determine how far in leadership you will go. So you have to strengthen that skill.
And I want to add, if your vision is not compelling, because most of us already have a vision, right? Without a vision, people perish. Most of us already have a vision. If your vision is not compelling, if it doesn't excite you to wake up in the morning, then you have to create a new vision. You have to create a vision that is compelling, that is enticing. Because if it doesn't move you, then it's not going to move your team.
Yeah, it's so important. Let me just say something else on that point. when you are a leader, people look at you as a steady figure. They look for you for answers. They look at you to guide them, to bring them something great, right? And if you don't have that vision that motivates you, how are you going to motivate others? It's almost impossible. So that comes front and center, having that future, that vision, and be able to see the future, be able to see that already taking place.
Yeah, that's true. So the next one is E. What does E stands for, Carlos?
Engage and develop others. Engage and develop others. We have to interact with our team. We have to, just become a people person, a likable person. So talk to us a little bit about that. I know that this is something that you have been working on a lot for the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, we can't lead by ourselves, right?
Right.
So if in order for us to lead and lead effectively, we have to engage and then talk to our team, and then we have to develop our team. But engage doesn't just mean to talk to them. It means to actually engage in a conversation with them that is meaningful. That is getting to know your team, getting to know what they want to do, what they see themselves doing, and then use that to then help them develop the skills that they need to move forward.
And it's okay if their vision, their future goals don't align with your future goals. Like let's say that our goal is to take our company to 500 locations. Well, one of our team members' goal might be to start their own barbershop. Well, how could we help them, give them some skills that they might use in order to make that happen, while in the meantime they continue to work with us and provide value to us and help us get a little closer to our goal.
Excellent. So the next point is a very, very, very good one. I know you like the next point. And it's the R. What the R stands for?
Reinvent continuously. Innovate or die is one of the mottos that I use in order to run our company successfully. I always tell our team, we will always continue to look better ways and innovative ways to do things, right? It's very rare that we do things the same way throughout year come and year end. We always look for small little improvements in any area of our business.
That's right. And it's not just about the business. You also need to reinvent continuously on yourself. That means things like watching videos like this.
Yeah, like watching this podcast. You're already doing something to reinvent.
Reinventing your skills, reinventing yourself, reinventing your character. If you don't reinvent, you stay behind, because the world is an ever-changing place. Mm-hmm. Every day, things are changing around us, and it's never going to be how it was tomorrow.
Correct. And listen, one of the best ways to reinvent yourself or reinvent anything is by doing research and listening and speaking to others. Because my experience, my research, if you know me, or even if you don't, you could leverage that. Send me an email, send me a message, DM me. Hey, I see that you've been working in the restaurant business. I'm interested in opening a restaurant. How can you do X, Y, and Z? And I'll be more than happy to share some of my knowledge with you, and that'll make me feel better, because remember, as a leader, our goal is to serve others, right? So don't be afraid to call and ask people.
The next one is value, results, and relationship. And this is about success. So how is this about success?
Well, there's a saying that says that, and I like this saying, take every single penny away from me today, but don't take my relationship away. And within a year, I'll recuperate that and much more. Because in essence, what makes a leader effective and great is not themselves, it's their team, it's the relationship that they have built throughout the year. Because let me tell you something. Something great about relationship is that they compound, meaning that if you work on establishing a relationship with me today, that relationship doesn't go away. It stays there. And then when you need something, hey, Alex, I hear that you're selling franchises. Can you talk to me a little bit more about that? Now you can leverage those relationships. So just go around and meet as many people as you can, work with them, see how you could help, and listen, it's gonna pay off bifold.
That's right. And this is the second trap that I want to highlight, because a lot of people tend to value either results, mm-hmm. and some people tend to value relationships.
Right.
In the business world, the majority of people value results, mm-hmm. and they don't worry much about relationships. That's why actually a lot of businesses don't move forward, don't grow as fast and as much as they can, because they don't have the alignment between results and relationships.
Correct.
We all lean towards one another. We all have one that we're strongest with, but we have to create systems around it, and maybe relationships with other people that value the other one, and we're able to learn from one another.
Correct. If you notice, when I was talking, I kind of focused more on relationship because results are already second nature to me. And some of you, once you start mastering some of these skills, they're going to become second nature. It's like driving, right? Have you ever got into a car and you're going home and then you get there and you totally forgot like where you turned, what happened during this light, because your body just took you in autopilot, your mind, your subconscious drove you home. And you know, that's because again, you already know how to do that so much that it kind of just basically just you got there without even thinking about it. So
yeah,
that's the goal with these skills.
It happens a lot, but I want to warn people, right? That's why this is a trap. That there's some people that they worry about relationships and they don't focus on results.
Correct.
Right? Just like there are people that focus only on the results and don't focus on the relationships. You have to have a balance between the two, because both things are important in business and in leadership in order to be successful. So let's move on with the last one. E.
Embody your values. Yes. We all need values, number one, right? We need to have, you know, whether that is family, whether that is trust, whether that is integrity. We all need these core values that we truly believe in and identify and say, this is who I am, and then just go embody them. What's your thought, and what are some of the traps that you see people falling into with this final skill?
Well, with values, one of the traps is not being consistent enough to build that trust that you need with your team and with your customers. Because the reason why having values and embodying values is so important, because it's all about trust. You're gonna work with people that you trust. You're gonna do business with people that you trust. And how do you get trust? You get trust through consistency.
Yeah.
You know, somebody says what they do and do what they says. That person is trustworthy. That person deserves your respect. That person deserves your business. But don't fall into the trap of not being consistent with your values by trying to maybe live other people's values and not being also clear with your values.
Yeah, awesome. So that kind of brings us to a wrap, right? With our skills. So serve, see the future, engage and develop others, reinvent continuously, value results and relationship, and embody your values. So I just have one final comment on this study that we did today, and that is that unfortunately nobody cares about your skills unless you have leadership character. So look at that episode that we did about leadership character, so you can understand leadership character, because without that, these skills that we went over today, they really don't matter, right?
That's right. That's right. And we're not going to get the opportunity to lead unless we start leading from wherever we're at.
Correct.
So that's what we got for you guys today. I hope you guys found value. Please comment below if you guys have any questions, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we would love any rating that you guys have. If you guys could rate the podcast, we would appreciate it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care. Let's make it happen.